This movie tells a story about Elliott, who realizes she has to rethink everything about her family, life, and love, after she meets her 39-year-old self. This movie is the product of an interesting idea not allowed to blossom into a fully realized or satisfying plot. A combination of a coming-of-age comedy and finding-yourself drama, the movie doesn't really do either very well. The movie has some promise in its opening act, but it quickly turns baffling in its execution and falls flat by its climax. The drug-driven introspection by both Elliotts, kept snappy and sharp-tongued by the script, front-loads the film with a fantastical conceit and co-star that both quickly fade. It feels like a missed opportunity here to make a unique and imaginative movie, rather than the formulaic one the idea resulted in here. Maisy Stella brings a spark to the role of Elliott while convincingly conveying the many conflicting thoughts in her head. While Aubrey Plaza only has brief appearances, her banter with Stella makes for the comedic peaks, humorously dropping both personal revelations and how the world has changed 20 years since. Considering how well Plaza and Stella play off each other, it's disheartening how much the central conceit is forgotten through the second act, only to return at the most obviously convenient moment to tug on heartstrings. The movie energy relies on returning to the Elliotts, revealing just how sapped of juice the movie is without their interplay. The moments where the Elliotts converse have such spark, the rest of the movie is effectively sitting by the phone, counting the minutes. Without Plaza, Stella is stuck trying to appreciate the taken-for-granted mundanity represented by a cast of single-joke characters, or characters there simply to serve Elliott. Plaza is woefully underutilized on both a performance and script standpoint. The nature of the future from which the older Elliott is calling is left ambiguous. This initially intriguing plot point is left considerably underdeveloped, and not once commented on. Her personal life is also left equally hazy aside from a few hints offered in her initial meeting with her younger self. There doesn't seem to be much of an attempt on the part of the movie to make the two versions of Elliott resemble each other at all, either in appearance or personality. Frustratingly, this movie seems to resist fortifying an internal logic, using the older Elliott as a plot mechanic to come and go only when necessary, instead of fleshing her out as a character in her own right. Much of the film's emotional heft is wrapped up in questions of how its major conceit operates, including a pivotal and tear-jerking final scene. Without narrative contrivances, the movie doesn't work, and its surprising pivot makes even less sense. For a movie about future selves conjured up through drugs, there surprisingly isn't much to say about this movie. Unlike other stories in which a spirit from the future visits with urgent news for their past self, this movie instead inverts the formula by presenting us with a character in which no life changes are all that necessary. The proceedings are essentially too laid back as we wait for the truth about Chad. The film keeps its cards close to its chest, with older Elliott refusing to tell her younger self why she should not pursue the relationship with a guy named Chad. The revelation is frustrating for many reasons, as when this revelation eventually comes to light, the film wraps itself up succinctly in a single emotional scene. The most critical details to divulge to the younger Elliott are simply withheld for unconvincing emotional reasons beyond the fact that there wouldn't be one. The movie's hard turn into swoony romance often feels like it's scrambling to make up for lost time. It more often leans hard into big emotions it never earns. Overall, it's not worth to watch this in theaters, just wait on your streaming service.